What's going on, guys? This is Raymond Ironbody-Alchemist. I have a little walk in nature here in my backyard. And today I want to talk about one of the things that I've always been interested in when I was younger. And that was taking two mirrors, facing them side by side, or each mirror facing each other. And what do you get? Infinite images. And what's the mirrors made of? Subtle energy. It's not physical. It appears solid, but the mirror is only made of compressed quantum energy. Quantum atomic particles. And what I'm trying to get at here is, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're looking at a whole the structure of atoms on a subtle subatomic quantum scale. Though it seems so subtle, though it seems like nothing is there, you cannot see it from the naked eye. But like what you're looking at me on the camera right here. And you're seeing you're seeing the structure of atoms. Myself as a structure of atoms. What I'm getting at with the mirror principle is that the whole vast world's a mirror. Atoms. It's made of atoms. The whole universe, the whole infinitude of creation is made of atoms. On all infinite levels of dimensions, inward. And where am I getting at this? Where am I getting at with this? When you change the way you look at the mirror, when you look at yourself in the mirror, say like if you're pissed off, okay, you look at yourself as pissed off, or people around you say, you seem pissed off. And when you change the assumption from pissed off to relaxed, calm within yourself, the mirror changes. Your assumptions change the atoms. Consciousness reflects itself. The unified consciousness, there's only one unified consciousness on relatively different levels of consciousness. So everyone is connected to the same unified consciousness, just on relatively different levels of frequency. So yeah, everything's interconnected. Everything's connected with atoms. And atoms are not physical. They're just made to look physical, but they're only compressed, subtle quantum energy, which I like to call spiritual energy. And I find this is the whole testing of life. Albert Einstein, he didn't like the idea of us influencing the world around us. He called it spooky action, but that was his assumption. That's okay. No one's trying to influence Albert Einstein. I'm not trying to influence anyone like Albert Einstein to think how I think. But our assumptions do shape and mold our external reality within our bodies and the world around us. People reflect our inner dominant assumptions. The law of assumption, guys, it's that simple. You don't need to know any of the science. You don't need to know any of this quantum stuff, this frequency, vibration stuff. All you have to do is what you want in life. And assume it into being. Assume that it's yours. Boldly assume, being the assumption that you're already becoming that person, and that you're already that person. No one's stopping you but your own self. And everyone's just reflecting you guys. It's all reflection based on our inner assumptions. Nothing's by accident in this universe. Everything's interconnected, spiritually, psychically, and the atoms are connected. The planets, the galaxies, everything. From a microscopic scale to a macroscopic scale. The infinitude of creation is already finished. It's already here. It's within us. The infinitude of creation is already within, projected outward. And we're just selecting realities, guys. Don't fight the atoms. Don't fight the atom outside of you. Don't fight. Don't commit brute force. Don't start brute force or anything like that. Because you're only in that state of brute force. Change the way you look at yourself in relation to the world outside you. And the world outside you changes. In other words, you're changing the structure of the atom. Two people could be looking at the same thing, but have relatively different assumptions. And then, therefore, their assumptions conform to their image, relatively speaking. So, yeah. Say, for example, two people, say if they work for the same boss, one person assumes this boss is horrible and narcissistic, and the other person finds this boss an amazing person. That boss will conform to each of their images relatively. You think this sounds crazy? I still find it crazy from an analytical viewpoint, guys. Intellectually, this sounds amazing, but when you apply it on a spiritual deep level through experience, that's when the fun begins. Again, you don't need to know any of the science. You don't need to know any of the... They call it... And there's people that say it's things like this considered pseudoscience because it's so subtle. It doesn't follow the status quo of conventional science. And all it is just a deeper science. It's not pseudoscience. It's not science fiction. It's on a deeper, subtler scale. Everything's interconnected, guys. Law of assumption. Assume what you want as yours, as if it's already yours. Because it's already, all of the infinitive creations are all within you guys. Nothing outside of you is controlling you. Nothing outside of you. Nothing. All is interconnected within you guys. We're all interconnected. We're all collectively imagining from inward and projected outward on the screen of space and points in time. Again, I always like to talk about whether it's inner affirming in your head, because like you'll notice I've seen this happen, guys. I've seen when I talk about, if I loop an inner conversation like a dollar amount, if I talk maybe if like it's a person, maybe if it's a specific person, if my mind's on something, I'll hear people time and again, they'll repeat the same message. If I say a dollar amount in my head, I may hear it on the radio, I may hear it from someone else. I've even been given tips just out of the blue by people where I work. They just hand it to me as if they feel that subtle energy, that subtle subconscious abundance energy. Things like this, guys. Just pay attention to the small things, because that's what convinces you to, it builds momentum. You build momentum. When you build that momentum, it brings confidence in your life. And the more confidence you have within yourself, the easier it is to just progress forward without worrying about what others think, because they're only based off of your inner dominant assumptions, guys. That's all it is. Even if there's buttholes out there or jerks try and criticize or belittle you, those are only shadow aspects of yourself, guys. Don't give those shadow aspects any attention. Notice they're there and just turn your attention away from them and focus on the things that, focus within yourself, guys. Focus on the things that empower you and drive you forward. And life is yours. So I hope this video helps. And I really like to try and bridge the gap of deeper science and spirituality. That's all it is. We're just assuming, guys. Assuming the being. Life is yours. No matter how long it takes, assume that things are working on your favor. No matter what. No matter what. Do not give up on life. Be that dreamer. Be the kid who dreams big. You can have anything you want. If you desire it, it's yours, guys. If you deeply desire it, it's yours. Intend. Affirm. Inwardly affirm. Just really immerse yourself that you're already that person. that you're already becoming that person. So, I hope this video helps. I bless you all, and happy manifesting.